Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now some pretty good concussion we're gonna talk about here because when we talk about heavyweights, you're gonna be talking about concussion. Look, we got Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. Actually, Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua because Dubois is the champion, IBF style heavyweight division, right? Gift wrapped from Oleksandr Usyk. The legend, the living legend, Oleksandr Usyk, or Alexander the British Basher Usyk. I had to be just real with you, because he's beaten what about five Britons? We're gonna name them like who we got here? He beat Derek Chisora, right? He got Dubois, got Joshua, Tyson Fury, Tony Bellew. Yeah, that's five, and all of which are pretty damn good, right? And most of which, except Bellew, were bigger than him. So that, the guys, this is don't get me started with Alexander Usyk. He's a living legend, right? So therefore, what Alexander Usyk has to say, you want to listen because he's not into all the ballyhoo around boxing, all the other stuff. He's into what happens in that ring, and I've been saying that for years. You just kind of know it with this guy. You just know it. He's supremely confident, and he handles his business. He's not into the circus antics of boxing. And those kind you got to be leery of. Because Lennox Lewis wasn't either, to be honest with you. He just wasn't. Got to be careful with them kind. They become all-time greats. Now, you can talk a good game and all that stuff, too. The Muhammad Ali's, the Tyson Furies of the world and stuff like that. That's cool, too. But them ones that just don't let you do all the talking, you mess around, and be on the other side of that, him becoming that the one of the greatest of all time. So anyway, your boy Alexander Usyk, of course, he weighed in on Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. And let's be real, who better to weigh in than somebody who's been in the ring with both of them? And his opinion is very, very direct. So maybe I need to be direct about what he said, huh? He just said Daniel Dubois probably won't even reach the level of Anthony Joshua, right? That's pretty damning thing to be saying, all right? He probably won't reach the level of Anthony Joshua. Now, two things. One thing is you could probably start having opinions. You know how we are. People all in the internet and stuff be talking, and think we know more than the people that's boxing, which is ridiculous, but whatever, and start just speculating. Well, maybe he's upset because his fight with Daniel Dubois, he got hit low, but it wasn't low and he was on the ground. He would have lost that fight. I don't agree with that opinion. I know a lot of people do. I just agree. I think that if the dude would have said, "Get your ass up, it ain't low," he would have, and he would have just weathered the storm. There's a lot of fights like that. I think Lennox Lewis, when he got knocked down by Oliver McCall, and he's up with his gloves up, just because his leg bent, I think he would have weathered the storm and commenced to beating the hell out of Oliver McCall. So, because if somebody's hurt like that or whatever, he got time to recover, you still do have the opportunity as the bigger, harder punching guy to beat him up after that, don't you? And it just didn't happen. He got this butt whooped. So therefore, I'm not going for that one. But whatever. It was a controversial fight, but Alexander Usyk won that. And, when you're looking at Alexander Usyk, if you want to call that one controversial, then that's probably the only controversial fight he's had in his career. You know what I mean? So you're going to have those. Others have a whole bunch of them. Look at Canelo Alvarez. Don't he have like 1,000 controversial fights? So, if you don't like Alexander Usyk, you better talk about that fight. That's the only thing you're going to have. If other than that, you're going to be reaching, right? And you're reaching with this one. So he just does think Daniel Dubois is going to reach Anthony Joshua's level. Now, some of us will be saying when talking about Anthony Joshua, well, the chin issues, the stamina issues, and stuff like that. But Joshua still got what he got, right? He got what he got. And if you want to hear how good Anthony Joshua is, just compare him to Deontay Wilder, and people will commence to start telling you. All you got to do is say, well, is he better than Deontay Wilder? If you want to hear what people think about Anthony Joshua, just say that. And they'll start telling you all the good things about Anthony Joshua quickly. And they don't have to just be British. They could be, but British would definitely, but anybody. Yeah, man, who's the best between him and Deontay Wilder? Then they'll start telling you what Anthony Joshua's good at, how technical he is, and all those good attributes. So when you have all those good attributes, you compare him to Daniel Dubois, you're going to probably only have that chin thing with Anthony Joshua, but therefore Dubois has quit on occasion with the eye socket, which me, my common sense eye socket issues is something to quit on. Now, people that don't box and say that boxers should be warriors and all that and hanging the rest of their life with an eyeball missing and stuff like that, that's just, man, get off the PlayStation. It's a life. If you see that your eye socket is moving around, then damn that boxing match. That's how I feel about it. I'm not trying to see these people not be able to talk and commentate later in their life. That's not me. But I understand how people, that's paying their money and pissed off that somebody had to quit. So he had to quit with the eye socket issue, right? But so did Kell Brook, right? Should damn it not knew he just didn't know it. But when you have your eye socket is fractured and cracked, then you'd be like, man, well, I'm gonna get this dude again, but let me get this eye socket healed. I'm trying to see my children. You know what I'm saying? So literally. So, he's got that stopped, and then it was stopped by Oleksandr Usyk. So therefore, everybody else can say something about Joshua's chin, but not Daniel Dubois. So it's just going to be a good fight. It's a good scrap. I got Joshua winning that. I've said it before. I would have rather I told you he was going to fight Dubois because I would have rather him fight Shila Shane. That's the fight this Judava wanted to have. But okay, I knew they was going to say Dubois, Wembley Stadium, and then put the title on top of it to put some extra cream, which them fighting for the title should be embarrassing. They should just leave it with Usyk. He did extra stuff. It wasn't Usyk's fault that Tyson Fury made him wait 2 years, right? Filip Hrgović ain't waiting no more because he got beat by Dubois barely, on cuts and stuff, which that should have been a rematch, right, to be honest with you, because Hrgović was wearing his ass out, right, the first rounds, but Hrgovic's problem was he didn't have no respect for Dubois, so he went out there and gassed out and just didn't knock Dubois out. Right, but he just outclassed Dubois until he just gassed the hell out and got all cut up later. But Filip Hrgović in another fight against Dubois, I have Hrgović again. I would think Hrgović wins. He wouldn't gas out. Hrgović, to me, is a better fighter. But that can happen, right? So this fight with Dubois and Joshua shouldn't be for a belt. It should be embarrassing to somebody that's that small and have to give y'all a belt that he beat both of you up. I wouldn't fight for it. Be like, here, no, let him have it and be undisputed. We'll get back to him. The winner of this fight gets back to him to fight for undisputed. But whatever. Bottom line is, Oleksandr Usyk has spoken, and we need to listen. He thinks that Daniel Dubois won't even reach the level of Anthony Joshua. It's pretty hard, huh? What y'all think? Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm about here, y'all.